Petunia Dursley's Point of View. From Dave Dreams of Fantasy Worlds by Lynn and Dave. Ladies and gentlemen, witches and wizards, students of this unusual institution. Petunia Dursley adjusts her immaculately pressed blouse, her nose wrinkled as if she smelled something faintly unpleasant. She grips the podium like it's the only thing keeping her upright in this magical madness. Well, I never thought I'd be standing here speaking to a room full of broomstick flying, wand waving, cloak wearing. She pauses, looking at someone wearing a particularly glittery cape, whatever that is. But my dear nephew Harry Potter convinced me that I simply had to come and share my story. Apparently it's good for perspective. She looks around, lips pursed, as if she's evaluating the cleanliness of the enchanted ceiling. You all heard about Harry's life on Privet Drive, haven't you? Oh yes, the cupboard under the stairs, the tragic tales of chores, and what's the word? Mistreatment? Well, sit tight, because now you're going to hear the truth. The truth of a perfectly normal woman who was cursed, yes, cursed, with raising a wizard. She leans forward, her voice dropping conspiratorially. It all began on a perfectly normal day. The sun was shining, the begonias were blooming, and I was busy ensuring my daughters, my precious boy, had the best birthday imaginable. 36 presents, 36! And not a single one of them cheap, I'll have you know. My husband Vernon and I made sure of that. Dudley deserved it. He's a normal boy, you see, a proper boy. Her eyes narrow as she glances toward the Gryffindor table. And then there was Harry. Oh, I tried to make him normal, I really did. I cut his hair, dressed him in proper clothes, well, Dudley's hand-me-downs, but that's hardly the point, and kept him away from all that unnatural business. But Harry, oh no, Harry had to be special. She rolls her eyes dramatically, causing a ripple of laughter in the crowd. Let me tell you about the zoo. It was Dudley's birthday treat. We were having a lovely time. Ice creams, elephants, all the good, normal things, and then we got to the reptile house. She pauses, shuddering as if the memory is too much to bear. Now Dudley, bless his heart, wanted to see the snake move. He tapped on the glass, just a little tap, and shouted, "Move!" like any curious, intelligent child would, and then what does Harry do? Stares at the snake like they're old friends, muttering under his breath. Next thing I know, the glass is gone. Vanished. She throws her hands up, her face a mask of exaggerated horror. The snake slithers out, hisses something dreadful, probably swearing in parcel tongue, and my daughters fall straight into the enclosure. My baby boy, surrounded by snakes. The crowd erupts into laughter. Petunia glares, but soldiers on. Oh, you think it's funny, do you? You weren't there. You didn't have to drag your soaking wet child out of a reptile pit while a zoo full of people judged your parenting skills. And Harry, that little menace, was standing there grinning from ear to ear like he'd just won the lottery. She grips the lectern tighter, her knuckles turning white. Now you might think that was the worst of it, but no. That was just one day in the life of raising Harry Potter. Letters flying out of chimneys, owls waking me up at the crack of dawn, and then that giant man, what's his name? Hogwash, breaking down my door and calling me a great prune. A prune, I ask you, do I look like a prune? She gestures dramatically to her face, which admittedly is remarkably prune-free. The audience roars with laughter. Raising Harry was like trying to polish a broomstick that's already flying, completely impossible. Oh, we tried to make him grateful, tried to teach him good manners. But no, it was always magic this, magic that. I still wake up in a cold sweat thinking about those floating puddings and exploding light bulbs. She glares at the crowd, daring anyone to contradict her. But you know what? Fine, you win. Harry's magical, he's famous. And now he's dragged me into this world. Do you know how hard it is for a woman like me to adjust to a place like Hogwarts? Your staircases move, your portraits talk, the dishes wash themselves, which honestly I wouldn't mind back home, but still. The crowd laughs again, and for a brief moment Petunia softens. Look, I'll admit it, Harry's turned out all right. Don't tell him I said that. But I'll give him this. He's braver than most people I've met. Smarter, too. Though that's not much of a compliment, considering Vernon's side of the family. And as much as I hate to say it, I think this world suits him. He doesn't belong in a cupboard. He belongs here with all of you magical people. She takes a deep breath as if the admission physically pains her. So there you have it, my life with Harry Potter. It wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, and it certainly wasn't normal, but at least now it's your problem, not mine. With a final sniff and an awkward attempt at a smile, Petunia steps back from the podium. Thank you for listening. Now, if someone could direct me to the nearest exit, preferably one that doesn't involve disappearing into thin air, I'd be most grateful. She walks off, her back stiff as the hall erupts into applause and laughter.